Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Ready to go. Smash a like button. Let's get started. Let's go, friends. Let's go. Yeah, you got lucky yesterday. MK, your incoming crashed. That's interesting to see that. Yeah, you did. You grabbed, you called it. We called at the beginning of the morning. And then at the end of the day, we got the treasury. So with that unusual activity is some pre-positioning, right? Treasury yields jumping up the highs. People are dumping bonds on CPI report going and into an uptick. I'm just kidding with you. Yeah, you nailed it, dude. You saw that unusual activity. You called it. All right, friends. Let's get ready to go. Market opening inside DD bands. Nice and stable. Clean. Looking great. Yeah, that big spike there's a little interesting to see that. What's up, everybody? I'm moving on consumer sentiment. Yeah, let's talk about that. This numbers coming out. Now, we have exhausted a lot of the up move today, right? So we're close to the DD band, so I'm going to be very cautious. Take initial long out the door. But you are correct. We got to be very careful on that. Michigan numbers usually have been a catalyst the last 3 or 4 prints, so. It's gonna be a little busy day because I am on space. I got 1 minute to open. I don't know if I want to do anything super crazy. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, let's get ready to go. We're gonna do. So I'm kind of double dipping here. I'm on spaces and all kind of stuff. I get distracted super easy. So, all right. So out the door. All right. Opening up. Outside of the box. Okay, cool. So the question is, do we take a long box trade out the door? Already running into DD bands. This might close the day out within the first couple seconds, actually. Well, 80 on resilience, yeah. It's a gap and go. Let's see if we get 90 on resilience, 80 resilience. Oh fuck yeah. Okay, look. So I'm gonna probably, let's see, 435 is about here, 93 to, it's about 20 points a run. Come on, don't go straight there. Days like this, you miss out if it doesn't go. So let's see if I get this. I'm gonna wait till I get, oh god, and there's bull zone there too. Oh right. Oh heck. This is great. This is great. Please pull back a little tiny bit. Just a little bit. You know what I want. I want to long from here up to the pot 20 points and get 20 to 10. It's a 2-to-1 trade. If I get this, boy, I'm hitting it hard. That'd be great. Grab my long just now. Sorry about that, guys.
And for me, what I plan on doing today is I'm going to wait for price to pull back to the bottom of the bull zone. I'll take
So look, we got, okay, easy, easy, easy. DD support, right, DD. We've got bull zone support on a bull long up liquidity map.
I will consider selling some quick credit spreads on the SPX of the day as long as everything internal in rocket speeder stays positive. Hey, what's going on? Sorry. Keep an eye on Shopify. Shopify is in a very
Okay.
weird spot. It is getting lower lows and lower highs as of right now. It did bounce off of a key support here that I have at 52.80. It's kind of where it bottomed out yesterday, and it lines up with the pre-market low. It is getting some bounce here, and in a squeeze on the 30.
How are we doing? All right, we'll see if we get it. I'm just taking the full position long, nice and green. The signals are good. Not looking terribly bad. Russell looking all right as well, so that's something I do want to see. So we'll see. Right here, that's it. It's now again, you know, we're gonna take the bet here. Hedge pressure is here. If we fall inside of here, hedge pressure will push there. That's also an auxiliary trade with res greater than 0. Res greater than 0, also support. This is good. So we are here and possibly here to go, but I'm expecting all of it to go. So in general, that is exactly what I'm expecting to get. Auxiliary trade would be here, back to there, break, then up. Okay, DD. About a 2-to-1 trade. All right, you'll see how I do this. Y'all been here long enough now. Y'all see how we do this every morning, right? Monthly hedge pressure still in there, nice and long. Look at this trade going. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. By the way, yesterday was a win. If you were in the stream yesterday was a win on the long setup. We've had like the same long setup 5 days in a row. Red's cooling off. Yeah, I totally get it. What's up, guys? Smash that like button on the stream. Let's go. All right. I'm gonna start punishing you by making you sit here in the dark and listening to me sing songs. You don't hit the like button. Do 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 do. So I have my my setup is I'm looking for, so our resilience indicator is a gap fill predictor, and right now it's showing that we're outside the redistribution zone on S&P and Qs and Russell. So things are looking to trade up. There's limited upside, so we bump in DD bands about 44.12 today on SPY. It leads to about a quick 2-to-1 scalp if I can get it. If there's any momentum from here, I'll chime in if it falls back. So I get along 435-ish. I'm trading futures. I'm gonna stop about 10 points below that for a 2-to-1. Hedge pressure is 434. Things are pretty good. So on the small account challenge I'm doing, I think I'm on like a week something plus streak. So we'll see. Let's go. Wall Street, long it. Let's go. Every hedge fund out there, market makers out there. Come on, Wall Street. Y'all know y'all want it. Y'all know y'all want it. Bye-bye. Nothing really in the way for VIX. So VIX is looking clean on that. Let's just see. Hold on. Here we get Michigan numbers in 23 minutes. That's the one thing that does have me worried.
Taking some more skills at 25% here.
Nick, you spoke about
Thank you.
Nick spoke about banks there. Is there anything in that banking sector that you are looking to play right now at the open?
No, absolutely not.
All right.
just there, and there's BAC. Just that 2750 level on BAC was a really key level that I had just going across my charts, and I pulled it up on the 4-hour chart. If you pull up Bank of America, ticker BAC again on the 4-hour time frame, you'll see a beautiful cup and handle here. and that cup and handle breakout, you'll see the resistance from Wednesday is around, it says 27.44. I just had 27.50. The breakout of this 4-hour cup and handle can send it up to the 200 EMA, which is going to line up with around $27.90, the $28 psych level. So that can be a good target to the upside on BAC.
I'm like getting downside here on Qs.
Yeah, I do too, Gav. It's just the S&P is holding up, man. I hate to short anything.
Plus we have Michigan numbers coming out in 20 minutes, so that characteristically or like recently has been like a pretty big catalyst. I mean, that normally is not that way. So the markets are looking for anything really, but you got to keep an eye on that one. That's going to move. So.
All right. Rachel, you watching anything?
Yeah, I was just watching Boeing off the open. I know that failed pretty quickly, but I actually haven't taken anything yet. I'm just watching. I'm thinking it's possible we just shop today, especially because we're still in between the 10-day and 50-day on, ES, and we just had a week run up, or we just ran up for a week on the market. So I'm thinking we could possibly consolidate now. So I'm just watching at the moment, just because I know premium does get premium's high off the open on Friday. So sometimes I like to wait till a little midday just to take some autos. So just watching right now.
Sounds good.
Adam, you guys want to do lightning round?
One sec. Rachel, what was that?
Oh no, I was just mentioning the Broadcom did rip off the open, but now it did pull back a little bit. But I am watching this 911 area as support, so if that holds, that could be another reversal area back to that high a day.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Rachel. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, drop everyone up here, all the speakers a follow. They'll add great value to your timeline. Let's go to Ashton first, Matt, and then we can do that lightning round. Ashton.
Yeah, to all my Tesla traders out there.
Here we go.
Very careful on Tesla today.
Let's go to highs, baby. Let's go. I wonder if we should close for the Michigan numbers though.
Pressure. So
Question.
get a gamma sweep to the
Everybody see how the setup is pretty solid there? Just keep an eye on resilience. That's all we care about today. Resilience greater than 0. The box side support, right? We have DD as support. We have Res as support. Both right here.
Only in 3 contracts left, so just wanted to put that out there.
Money's money, my friend. Good job.
That's all I'm looking for. It's 2-1. 2-1.
S&P, I'm gonna trim half.
And if IWM continues to hold over 172 on the 5-minute chart, I'm going to look to go long.
Yeah, and we are coming up on QQQ hedge pressure here again, testing it from the downside, so from underneath this time. So you could get that volatile break over that back to the upside again here. So anything's a possibility here. SPY breaking new high a day here as well. So
There's my trim.
Gamma squeeze. Jordan, I think you left right on time, my friend.
I think I did too. I was just saying to my buddy, I'm like, oh, IWM longs kind of look good now.
I went ahead and closed out for profit. That was a quick $500. Just close it on my stream. Ready for lightning round? Let's go. I trim before the Michigan numbers. I don't like to hold into an event. I like to use that as to leverage a lower low to get in on a second trade. So just to get this, I'm with you, Blake, man. I took my profit. Well, I fully got out, so let's focus on lightning round. Let's go.
All right. So Matt, do you want to talk everyone through what
Yeah, sure. So what we do is we're using Rocket Scooter. We're using the liquidity map algorithm, which looks at the structure of the market, the options. We find bull zone, bear zone, hedge pressure. We piece it all together and kind of find the natural flow of markets. I can put together a trade plan for any stock in about 5 seconds. I've been practicing this for a very long time. So he's going to throw out a bunch of tickers. You guys can actually, let me share my stream if you guys want to actually watch while we're doing it. I have a link. I'm going to put up there. I'm on YouTube, so you guys feel free to actually check that out and watch while we talk. Let me share this in the space. And so what I'm going to do is you can see on the screen how I do it. I'm going to open up a ticker. He's going to throw some random ones at me and some ones in the comments below. And we're going to run them in Rocket Scooter, and I'm going to completely come up with a trade plan pretty much right out the door. Let's go.
First one's going to be Amazon.
Amazon. Okay. Now, granted, whatever I say right now is contingent on pretending there's no catalyst coming up. The Michigan numbers can turn everything around. This also is not investment advice, so this is just how I read the market. Okay, so Amazon, right out the door. Of all things, Amazon is trading down a little bit after the open. So we have bull long up, which is all things pointing up, bull zone support at 131. This would be one where I would let the Michigan numbers drop, and I would grab the dip at 131, would stop at 130, take it the long side. What's next?
All right, NVIDIA.
NVIDIA, okay. NVIDIA, same kind of setup as Amazon, except NVIDIA has hedge pressure at 465. It would have grabbed that dip right when we just had close to 465. With about a 464 stop and at least trade it back up to open. There's a quick little V-shaped scalp on this to give you about a 4-to-1 trade if that does actually play out. So that would have been a long about 5 minutes ago.
This one could be really interesting. Netflix.
Netflix. Oh, somebody asked me about Netflix yesterday. All right. I mean, this morning. Let me get Netflix loaded up. Let's get the print here. Netflix is a bear short up on bear side, which is really interesting. There's a 360 Netflix resistance. Also, we had a gap down on Netflix as well. So gap down, somewhat trade down. There's that resistance at 360. I would not be buying from the bear zone from here. There's no long side support. With hedge pressure way up at 377.5, there's really no gamma to push this higher either. So what I would do for Netflix is absolutely nothing. Netflix is one of those ones that has to guarantee for me to run for me to go. I need at least break the bull zone at 365 support to go there. So what I normally do in trades like this is I would sell calls to bet that it doesn't go up. I'd probably sell a call credit spread. Probably set my my sell side right about 366, my buy side right about 370, give or take for weeklies.
Right on. SMCI.
SM is in Matt is awesome CI, or N is in okay. All right, let's go. SMCI. Let's go. All right. SMCI is all right. So this is a liquidity pocket, which means not bullish, not bearish. Kind of stuck below hedge pressure as well. So it's a no man's land. It's not tradable. So something like this, I wouldn't find action building. I'd skip it and move on. I would say that if I were to do anything at all, I would again take the bet that it doesn't go up. I would probably sell a credit spread as well above the 295, 300 area. So kind of just sideways to down today.
Yeah, this one looks pretty good too. Bank of America, BAC.
BAC. All right, let's see what we get. Ooh, all right, BAC would have been a 27.25 hedge pressure long, bull long up, all things pointing up, looking great. The rest of the financials look good, which I looked at XLF this morning. It was kind of okay. Things are looking all right for Bank of America. Like I said, if I get the Michigan numbers, drop this, and it reholds the 27.25 hedge pressure, there's really nothing in the way of it to continue going up. And I think with the S&P being strong today, I think banking might be one of the good runners. So we'll see. It's looking strong for a gap and go potential. So 27.25 long with the stop about 50 cents below that.
This has been a FinTwit favorite recently, Baba.
All right, Baba. Okay, loading up Baba here. Oh wow. Okay, Baba's interesting. This one's hard. It's long-ish, but there's really no signal to make an actionable. Baba doesn't really have much after kind of here. The liquidity pocket that it tapped at 85.5 would be the end of a day trade if I did that gap and go trade on Baba. It's kind of stuck between bear zone, bull zone right now. So again, liquidity pockets are non-directional, flat, kind of choppy trades. I would only take a stronger long if I got confidence in the support of a press through 86 bull zone, keep going. With the stop below that, obviously, I like to let things confirm that they're bullish before I actually want to buy them most of the time, unless I get a dip to hedge pressure. So today, there's really no long entry point that's easy to find other than just kind of bouncing between 84 and 86. So I need 86 to break to go. There's, again, no short setups. None of these today look short. So I'd sit out on Baba for a little bit and let it confirm or break if I wanted to go.
Perfect. JD looks similar to Bank of America, except in a bear zone.
All right, JD, yeah, bear long up. It's a 26.75 long, which had been right like 3 minutes after open, all the way up to about 27.5. That's about you can get about 2-to-1 trade on that, but half a stop point right really open. So we gapped down from yesterday's, pretty big gap down on this one actually. It's almost a 4% gap down, it looks like. So that would be good to retrace some of this move back to the upside. So at least I would take the 26.75 scalp all the way to 27.5 with about a 25% stop, or 25-cent stop on that, which would be good. So that would have been a long 20 minutes ago.
We got two more, AMD.
AMD. I love AMD. AMD, bull long up, all things pointing up the AMD, but there's no actionable pivot from here since we gapped down and traded down. AMD is a long if we can get close to hedge pressure at 103 or give or take. It's hard to trade trades like this that are so bullish, stuck in bull territory. They're starting to retrace a little bit. It's hard to find actionable pivot to long off of. So AMD, I really don't have any actionability here other than, again, if it breaks the close and keeps going at 108, which is kind of close to here, or if it dips to 103, I'd be willing to take a nice little swing trade there. What I would do in the tech sector is I would sell put credit spreads against it. I would sell puts below 103. I'd have my buy side at 100, my sell side at 103 for 2 weeks out. Make sure, bet that it doesn't go down, just trickles down slow. And I'll be on the sell side of that and gain some premium in this non-volatile environment.
All right, and the last one's going to be Boeing, BA.
BA, all right. So a little mix of options here, a little mix of, let me open this up. Boeing. Boeing liquidity pocket, mean reverting, not doing much. It's not action once sit out on this. 195 hedge pressure is resistance if it does break out to go with the rest of the market. With the Michigan numbers coming out, I wouldn't be taking any risk on these balance trades at all, period. I kind of would sit out anyways. It needs to break the into bull zone for me to even want to long it. Again, like everything else, not short. It was a gap down and it's resisting the open, so that's always a resistance as well. There could be a quick scalp if the S&P bumps, carry everything with it to the upside to close gaps, but I really don't think that we can predict what the Michigan numbers are going to do. So Boeing is an avoid this one today. Nothing on that.
Perfect, thank you, Matt. Yeah, so basically that was 10 stocks in 8 minutes, and Matt provided you a trade plan for all of them for the rest of the day that quickly. Pretty cool. So if you want to check out Rocket Scooter, click out or check out that.
Can you do Meta? Meta's kind of, yeah, Meta's kind of jacked. Our data providers give us weird data for Meta. For whatever reason, Meta's never been there. It has to do with the indexing of their ticker. They've always given us booty data for Meta. When Facebook changed its name and its ticker, Meta just sucks. We have all the pieces of it, but we don't. Hedge pressure is always drawn as like half of what it should be, which is weird, and we never figure out why that is. So you can just double this, like 250 give or take is where hedge pressure is. So it's going up. Weird. And we've asked them for years to fix it, and they don't know what's wrong. I agree. We barked up that tree since the name change. That was a nice little quick profit of $500 earlier today. If you guys are watching, I closed out just when I got that pop. We're gonna wait for the Michigan numbers to come out to give me a little more.
Still holding one more contract so long as we're holding the daily VWAP. Currently sitting around 435.75 on SPY.
It's pretty good moves there.
All right, man, congratulations. Good work, good work.
Very nice, very nice. So everyone here on the panel, curious, do you guys like to gamble into events, like take a little bit of prop, or take like some off the table and put a little bit in and let the event make you fly, or do you like to get out of the way completely and sit on the sidelines? What do you? Let's go one at a time. Everybody, just tell me what do you do?
Yeah, for me, it typically depends on where I'm holding from. If I'm holding from a position of strength that I've been holding for a couple days, and I don't think news is gonna knock me out of my position, I'll hold it. But if it's something that I've recently gotten into, I'll typically just get out of it.
Yeah, kind of similar. I personally, when I'm going into events like this, like right now, if I'm in a position, I just scaled it all the way down to one runner. So one runner, no matter what.
All right, guys, you want me to do some tickers for you really quick?
That's kind of just my thought. I like to stay.
Y'all wait. Yeah, wait. Everyone waits, right? I usually close position when we get something.
So me personally, I love the moves that can happen on news events, but whenever that move does happen, if I am in a position, it is a very light position. So for using Jordan's trade, for example, he's in an IWM short. So as of right now, for like Jordan's position, in my opinion, he knows where his stop loss is at, and he's only in a runner. So if I take a trade, usually around 945, 950,
and that trade is profitable and I'm scaling out profits, by that time I've already taken majority of the profits. I'll leave a quarter position or just runners left, and I'll let that go into the news event, and I just will manually exit the last little bit of that trade when the volatility comes in on it. But regardless, no matter what.
All right, guys, who's their first day on the stream here? Throw me some tickers. The lightning round. I'll show you guys really quick how I do this. So we got 9 minutes for Michigan numbers. How many micros are you trading with in your balance? 10 to 12 is what I'm kind of trading with right now. I'm doing, Jeff, you know my rules because you've been around forever. I'm trading double what my normal risk equation allows me. So I'm doing like 2x. So I'm doing net lick times Q divided by margin requirement. Just to go a little faster. In power, okay. Yeah. NPWR. I don't think we have no candle data for that. Is that how I spell it? You like the full port on every news event? There's no better way to trade. Honestly. We don't even have candle data for that. That's really odd. Why there's no data here? I don't know. No candle data either. That's very weird. Why we would be missing candle is NPWR, no data. So odd. After this bond auction, you're getting out of the way moving forward. As Robert said, I think Robert might be onto something. I probably yesterday's reaction was a testament of obviously the bond auction. You know, when inflation goes up, people want bonds less, right? Because bonds are like a fixed income instrument, or they're not like they're a fixed income instrument. So you get your return here and time. And if there's inflation, the dollar is losing value over time, or spending power is going down. So what happens is inflation lowers your yield, right, over time. So you're not going to want the bonds. You're going to dump the bond, which means the yields today are going to go up. So when yields are going up on bonds, you think premiums are going down. When yields go up, it's because nobody wants the bond, and nobody wants the bond because CPI still shows inflation. So the question is, people are getting out of bonds, sure, because of inflation, but are they going? The question is, do they go to cash, or are stocks still hot? Are they going to take this opportunity to take that money that they possibly want? Well, CPI is coming down, you know, bonds are kind of getting hot. Now CPI is ticking up.
Yeah, real quick, I want to tack on to what Jordan said. I think it depends on the type of trader you are. And I don't mean stylistically. I mean, if you trade options, you're going to look at playing data very different than if you trade futures. So there's different ways where you can approach these opportunities and make money or lose money on them. And if you don't fully grasp, like if you're not a trader, you don't understand IB and beta and delta and all the Greeks, then you can get railed pretty hard. So it's important to understand the tool that you are trading versus how you make that trade or how you make that money. Rachel, we haven't heard from you. I'm just curious, do you typically trade into news events, or do you typically try to avoid them? Like, how do you typically try to handle news events that could affect the directionality of the market?
For news events, I mean, I'm an options trader, and I'm normally trading weekly options. I mean, I do have positions for long-term common too, but when I am playing the weekly options, I'm playing light on side. So like what you guys were saying before. I mean, if I'm gonna play a news event, I want to play with an amount I'm willing to lose, just because if it does go against me, it can go against me very quickly. But if it doesn't, then like you guys were saying, I can make a pretty good amount of money. I mean, right now I actually have the Apple 182.5 called for next week. So I'm looking for a gap to 182.9 on the daily, but it's a light size because I did scale it yesterday. I actually have them at 1.2, so I'm just playing with the rest of my position. Like I already took some profits on one, so I'm going to cover that a little bit and then use money and stop some. So that's all I have really for options right now into the event, and I'm just watching the open.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Like I said,
Pretty smart.
I wanted to go into today making a few more trades, but I didn't see a lot of confidence.
Okay, so we got the numbers coming out in what, 4 minutes, right? Let's take a look at this. We'll just see if it does. Now, what happens if it does drop? I'd be willing to grab hedge pressure. Ideally, there's not much left to do. I mean, it could fall here and I could try to take that trade again. I think we've practically kind of exhausted that move. So what I'd like to see is I'd like to see an overreaction, and I'd like to load up on hedge pressure. We know that rule, if as long as you open above hedge pressure, likely close. I'd like to do this. Preferably, this is what I want. It's like, I'm like, possible, right? I don't know if I want to risk losing the money I just made on that same trade. I don't want to take the same trade again. But I want Papa Bear wants from here to here. Want this. Oh, Empower finally had some data come through. Oh, the candle data just came through. It's very light, though. EVXY. Yeah, very nice. I'm looking at the S&P kind of has an upper limit. Rocket Scooter has something called DD band. It's kind of where you expect the markets to stretch on an event. Anything beyond 4412 is going to be very violent and random. And so we're bumping right up against the upper limit of the day. And I already kind of made this long trade and closed out for like quickie $500. I don't know if I want to take anything from here long. If anything, I want to see things dip. So what I'm hoping for, and I do this on my stream, 434 SPY balance on hedge pressure would be great to long from. I'd like to get that dip and take a long. So I want the overreaction to be pretty nasty, and I might take a long from there. Other than that, if it bumps up, I'd be willing to sit out on this one because I don't think we're going to rally and keep going from here because there's a very quick ceiling in the way. So you got 1 more minute on that number, but I'll call my play if I do it. What's up, Blake?
Yeah, just two things. First is if we get some good data, keep a close eye on NASDAQ over these past 10-15 minutes. It's been outperforming SPY, so if we get a pop, we could see tech.
Keep an eye out there. Look at this one as well. NASDAQ resilience is around the edge. Let's be careful here.
Matt, did you hear that?
Sorry, what was the last question? Say that.
Yeah, that's where you could find the DD bands.
Where you can find them, they're in our Rocket Scooter platform. You can find them. You hook up a futures account, and you can get your futures data streamed in. So for NASDAQ, let me give you the numbers real quick, buddy. Let me load up NASDAQ. It's going to be, so 4412. Yeah, data came out. Looks like a quickie little dip there. So for NASDAQ, where is it at? 15. Let me scroll over to the right a little bit. Hold on.
Let me pull that data. I'm just taking numbers out there. Michigan sentiment came in 63, expected was 67. Inflation came in 3%, forecasted was 2.8. 1 year came in at 3.8, forecast was 3.2. So across the board, looking kind of bearish data here. Go ahead, man.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I had my, I'm trying to get the data loaded here for you guys. Give me 1 second. NASDAQ is going to be at, oh, it's weird. There's like a little graphical glitch. Let me see if I can't find it. Give me a second to locate it.
And so off that news here, like I just said, news here looking pretty bearish out the gate. Obviously, you have that nice little red candle there on SPY and on Qs as well. Let's see how it reacts here in a few minutes. Typically, and I don't know if anyone else on the panel likes to trade like right after the news. I like to wait like 2 to 3 minutes, kind of let things simmer, and then look for opportunity. If anyone else wants to hop in and see like how you feel about that. I know
All right, here we go.
there's a friend of mine who literally, the second the news comes out, he sees that direction start, he'll hop in and he'll get out in 10 seconds. So I don't know if anyone likes to trade like that. It's not my style, but
That is so weird.
wow, and we're just getting bought right back up on this news. So could this be a bad news is good news scenario? I guess you will see momentarily. As Matt said, we are hitting the top of the DD band, or not right now, but that top high a day basically is right around the high or the upper DD band. So what that means is if price crosses that band, then margin calls can be triggered. So for instance,
That's so weird.
so we could ensue randomness in either direction. Typically,
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna log out and log back in.
Randomly to the upside and
There's a little.
lid on where it would go, and same thing to the downside. So very interesting spot we're sitting in here, and we haven't filled the gap on the day either on the size, so that's something to take note of either. Jordan, how are you reading this information now that we're sitting around VWAP really?
Things are looking interesting here. I'm kind of waiting for a real reaction. We're wicking off this pre-market high right now. I was looking for a move down to hedge pressure, see what happens there. We haven't tapped that yet. It's very rare we open up on the day and never test hedge pressure, you know. And with that, that brings trade ideas for me, even when we're not around hedge pressure. You know, sometimes we're opening up really far away from it. And
Right, there's that possible move, Andrew.
it's like a magnet when that happens. So,
So-
yeah, like I said, it's very rare we open up and never go and test hedge pressure, you know, from what I've seen. So I'm thinking we get a test of that for sure. So if you are in shorts, might be good for you. You might get a test of that, but we'll see here. Resilience is still holding up positive. Only in the single digits though. We're bouncing around there. So I'm just watching that. We got this Arizona and IWM here that starts to
Yep. So essentially, I'm gonna wait for hedge pressure bounce to go long again if I get it.
out of that yet, so I'm seeing how long I can hold that for. I'm just scaling that, or I'm just holding that as long as I can. Pretty much, we're testing this pre-market low right now, but let's see if we can get to yesterday's low. It's kind of what I'm looking for on IWM. SPY's definitely a little bit more choppy. I'm liking that I picked IWM this morning. We're getting a little more direction on that, so yeah, I'm happy with the morning. Really couldn't have had a better Friday, honestly.
Nice analysis, Jordan. Hey, to answer your question, the range on Nasdaq is 15,208 at the bottom for DD and 15,440 at the top. So 208 and 440. So those are kind of, and Nasdaq trading in the middle. They're both very possible. We're getting that little bump that I thought we'd get today on the market. Nasdaq is actually breaking hedge pressure to downside. So this is basically, if there is any long entry from Nasdaq, it is from here and nowhere else. Everything else is just kind of looking kind of eh. So I think I'm going to sit out on this and take a little long on the S&P instead, 434. But yeah, so I think we're getting that moved somewhat to the downside as the numbers came out. And I'm not going to do anything yet, but I'm definitely looking to still kind of build longs on a lower dip.
Yeah, floor's open up for you guys, though. If anyone makes me curious or you have any ideas, feel free to throw them out there. Personally, I have not touched a single thing this morning, so I don't think there's anything wrong with
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it. I love those
no
things.
confidence, don't take it, man.
Nasdaq resilience is negative. So this is it right here. Just let it fall today.
Take anything, that's okay.
Yeah.
So I'll leave the floor open, you guys. Feel free to jump in. You have any ideas or anything looking good? Feel free to let us know.
I think with Nasdaq is gonna, it filled its gap and is actually going down with negative res. I think Nasdaq is gonna pull back a little bit, like Jordan said.
Yeah,
Cons get a little lower. They're at 140 here. If we get to 190, they'll be at 100%. So we're definitely looking for that.
Yeah, Adam, I just want to congratulate you, man. Sitting out takes a lot of discipline and shows experience as a trader. So
Look at this monthly map, still
you
strong
don't
though.
have to trade every single day. I started making more money when I wasn't trading every single day. For me, for the rest of this day,
Yeah,
you
monthly
guys know
map's
me,
looking
a little long
solid.
out of the gate, trimmed, trailed, got stopped at the final on my entry on the final third. Yeah, and now this market just looks sloppy. I'm really not in a rush to put any new longs on, and really don't want to short either because technically we're in an uptrend. So I do feel like the dips will eventually get bought. So I don't really, expect a lot of downside.
Yeah, and I love saying that on these spaces. I mean, sometimes I'll take a trade, but some days I just don't trade at all, and because I don't want to put my money at risk. And I think the worst feeling, and if you've traded for a while, you understand this, is trading the entire day and working to lose money. So if you've ever been in that position where you sat at your desk desk or whatever, and you trade it all day and you end up losing money, there's no worse feeling than putting in work and then actually losing money. I don't think anyone likes that idea. So yeah, some days I just don't trade, and I'm cool with it.
It's the only job in the world where you can go to work and lose money.
Exactly. And no one says that. 5,000% gains on Twitter and everyone loses their fucking mind.
So who wants that spectacular code?
Bounce and volume subsides, I might do some quick credit spreads. But if I want to be a little bit more conservative, I can wait for price to pull back to hedge pressure, which is 434 on the SPY, which we might be getting here. But a little bit ago, on top of this nest in the space, I tweeted this out. There are virtually 4 levels of support on the SPY today. Number 1 is the bottom of the bull zone that I just mentioned. And number 2 and number 3 are pretty much in the same exact spot, and that's at half gap, which also coincides with the middle of the liquidity pocket. So price likes to, once it gets in the middle, a liquidity pocket between zones, it likes to migrate to the middle of that zone, and that's actually considered max pain for the day. So keep that in mind. And then
Make sure you guys subscribe to the stream while you're here. Use this code. It's $19.99 for a first month trial.
How conservative or how aggressive.
Yeah, I think when Max was with us earlier, he said it best that today's a day for profit taking, not necessarily profit making. And I don't hate that idea either, unless you're an Ashton and you can sell options, or you want to sell options. But outside of that, if you're looking to do anything else, it's looking like, in my opinion, more of a scalpy kind of day where you get your few points if you're a futures trader.
So Michigan numbers came in, sentiment came in much lower than the print, or the forecast. The print came in lower. 60.7 on a 65.5.
But secondly, there are some names that are in very close vicinity to its monthly hedge pressure. Normally, we see a price get closer to the monthly hedge pressures for individual stocks, you know, toward the tail end of option expiration week, which is next week. But we're in the week prior, and we have IWM. I just posted that a little bit ago. IWM is in spitting distance of its monthly hedge pressure. Tesla is below its monthly hedge pressure. So there's a lot of going on, and we could see some gamma squeezes in really either direction. So that's why I'm a little bit more cautious than I normally am on Fridays, and I'm always cautious on Fridays anyways. And the reason, I'll say this last thing and then I'll shut up. And then the reason why monthly hedge pressure is so important is because it's a calculation that we do in Rocket Scooter, and essentially pulls out the hedge or the delta hedging for market makers for monthly contracts. So monthly options, obviously they expire next Friday. And if we break that level on any stock or ETF, then we can see some violent moves in either direction. It just depends. But whenever we get close to that, we can see some really, really wonky price action. So it's like a gamma squeeze on steroids if it breaks below it or above it.
Yeah, appreciate the analysis there, Ash. Guys, we got a good amount of listeners in here. If you haven't already, drop a follow to everyone else around the panel. Great panel of great intellectual minds that you're going to want to hear on your timeline. Rachel, I know you had some thoughts on some individual names, and you're kind of waiting for that
Let this guy pull back a little bit.
Involved in a trade that you would do a smaller size. Just wondering if there's anything you're looking at now that we had that news to 7-8.
I'm actually trying to, like you guys were saying before, I'm kind of trying to avoid the short side. So if I were to do a trade today, I think I'd be watching more for a pullback and then the break.
Let me see what that hedge pressure, see what we gotta do. I'm gonna run some quickie little stuff really quick.
Actually do that. I still am long the Apple calls that I'm in for next week. They're actually around even here. So I think that if we do bounce at this VWAP area on ES, that Apple would still be in play. Like I said, it is a light position though, since I already reduced it yesterday. But if it does take out PM low, then I'll probably be taking the rest of that off. But I am looking for downtrend breaks intraday. That's kind of my thing. Like right now, Meta looks like it might start to break the downtrend if tech starts to hold again. But like I said, I don't want to short it. But if we do pull back, I'll be looking for that downtrend break to maybe add some SPY calls.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page. That's why I love doing these spaces. A lot of similar sentiment in here. You got a bunch of experienced traders, and we're all saying the same thing, or for the most part. So it's really nice to hear that. Hey, what's up, my friend? I know you got the caffeine going now. You feel good?
Yeah, maybe too much caffeine. So I usually, I do something I don't usually do, which is trade both directions. Usually I pick a direction, and then if things aren't working out, kind of reassess, but I don't usually just immediately flip and take a short. And I did.
All right. So the question is, what are we gonna do?
Cut the runners it had on the.
What are we gonna do over here at hedge pressure? Me tapping. What's up, everybody? All right.
Targeting, scaling out here at 434, which I think you mentioned.
Yeah, dude. Thank you, kitty cat over here meowing it up.
The pre-market here, so it did hold up right around 433, 445. So I might scale out there as well before we get down closer. If it does get down closer, below actually 430 and get down to 432, 36 level. I'm talking SPY, by the way. I just automatically assume everybody knows I'm talking SPY. Sorry. So yeah, looks like we're getting a little bit more selling pressure here in SPY. So gonna scale out a little bit more here and see what happens. But I do think taking quick profits is the way to go. Kind of a tight range here, and definitely not a lot of momentum in either direction. So yeah, I just want to drop that in there. Thanks, guys.
Of course not. And I know Jordan's been waiting to see that hedge pressure tough. It looks like it might come any second now.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming. Sometimes acts like that magnet. Or fell out of that bull zone. The bear zone starts right under 434, right? So there's a lot of confluence at 434 for me, being hedge pressure, and then the beginning of a bear zone there. We definitely could hold that, but we get confirmation under that and really start trading under hedge pressure, under that overnight gap of 433.66. I'm gonna have to be playing puts. So just watching for that. That 434 is super important this morning. IWM though, she's still going. These cons are at 165 right now. If we could just get to that like 192 bucks, get to 100% here. But either way, just one runner, nothing crazy. Just holding this out.
Anybody taking calls off of S&P 434? I know V's talking about it.
Yeah, so I was about to hit on that, Matt. Like you were saying, we're about to come down into hedge pressure here, 434. So that's going to be kind of that key level for potential bounce. I also been watching Tesla. Below its monthly.
Do I want to? Well, God, res is just negative, right? We know how res works, right? Net res is forecasting a head pressure break. That's the problem. Res to break hedge pressure. What do you guys think? No. I love it, Marie. See, Marie, she's one of my favorites. Marie's one of the old schoolers here. She's been here for a long time. She knows how it goes. Marie knows the.
Leah, you haven't had a chance to speak in a little while. Is there anything you're watching now that SPY's coming down a little bit off that news?
I was just looking at you for short and the FTNT, but quite frankly, I'm hangover today and I did not take a trade because I'm a little bit slow, but FTNT is breaking down below the earnings gap that we had in August 4th. It looks nasty. So yeah, just I'm watching it, but I don't think I found that trade. So.
See, that's smart though. If you're not feeling 100%, don't trade.
No. I was at the New York Stock Exchange last night and I had a little bit too much wine. It was It was fun. It was fun to chat with the traders there and look at charts, have wine, but I'm paying for that today. So.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, as long as you had a good time.
Yes.
Alrighty here. Yeah, not much, I wish I had more, because I was coming into today, I'm like, alright, it's Friday, so I don't want to trade like a madman or anything, but I'm like excited. Maybe we'll pull off a few nice live trades today, and unfortunately, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, or paper trade, I'm not taking a damn thing, and that's just not my style right here.
Look at this chart on FRO. This is when I started talking about a week ago within that oil play. Look at the breakout here that's happening, Adam. Frontline PLC.
FRO?
Yeah.
That's a question. Res is not supporting this at all. Yeah, this is probably pulling back, guys. I hate these like low consolidation moves like this. I feel like that typically happens. You know what I'm saying? Res wants to push through here. I'm not going to short it, so Marie, I'm with you, girl. I'm with you. What up, Beavis? Done for the day. Cool, bro. Oh, I'm so happy to hear it, man. That's my man. Robert thinks we have a hedge break. Robert knows the drill.
Oh yeah, this thing's been hot, huh?
Joey, you don't trust it? Or Joe? I don't trust it either, man.
Is there any,
Oh, my goodness. Right? I'm a little worried some of the professionals won't hold up to large positions over the weekend. World is going to war and bad for business. It's scary, right? When you think about it.
Options data on it because there's less OI and everything. So in this scenario, you look like you got bull support at 19, but the bears are more aggressive there, like in that 20 range. But both of them are fleeing the positions of the next week, so I would be cautious just from that perspective on a swing. I'd wait till next week if I wanted to establish a position, but I mean, that's one way of looking at it. That volume on the 5th of October, though, that's a big little bump in volume. The news, or that was just a reaction from what's going on in the Middle East. That's a nice little pop in volume there. Let's see, the 5th.
Probably gonna touch hedge pressure right here on SPY.
Time for that downside break. What's up, Casey?
Yep.
Sorry, I know it's a little bit late, but I shorted QQQ on that pop. I'm am in foot. You got, by the way, what I was talking about right there, fresh lows on Tesla. Could definitely see this kind of sell off throughout the day here.
Yeah, this spot right here on the SPY is really interesting because our resilience is comfortably negative now, which tells us that it wants to go down to fill the gap. So, and it's sitting at a negative 23. Even anything less than a negative 10, that's very negative in our eyes. So it's looking like it wants to come and fill the gap to the downside, but that's where things get a little spicy because the bottom of that gap almost exactly overlaps with both hedge pressure and the top of the bear zone.
A lot of confluence down there.
Yeah, so, and wherever hedge pressure is, just a reminder for those who use Rocket Scooter, price does not want to break hedge pressure. So we don't bet on a hedge pressure break. But, I mean, there's just a lot of conflicting things going on right now in this little liquidity pocket that we're in right now. So I'm not really sure what to make of this, if I'm being honest. I guess today could be a potential iron condor kind of a day, but that liquidity pocket's a little too tight for my liking.
I mean, today's stream stood out day for me. That's all I've done, and that's probably all I will continue to do. I will probably have an early weekend. I'm not mad.
We like the early weekends.
For me, like, the best days to make money are, and I don't know if anyone's going to disagree with this, but I love trading Tuesday through Thursday. I think those are the best days to trade for me, at least. I feel like you can take out a lot of the noise on the Friday and the Monday, and the Tuesday through Thursday is just cleaner, at least in my opinion.
I'll try this between days to trade, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I think it depends largely on how you trade. So for me, like I'm largely an option seller and I do a lot of option selling swing trades. So, you know, entering trades on Fridays are actually a pretty good idea for me because premiums are a little bit juiced. I get that theta decay going into the weekend. And then the same thing on same thing on Mondays is I can exit positions or put on positions on Mondays because, again, premiums are juiced. So it really...
All right, don't trust it because of Res. You guys are so smart. What would I do without y'all? Omar shorting Qs on the hedge break. Omar probably smarter than all of us. I like it. Oh my goodness. Res not supporting this. Took SPY call. Yeah, at the money. It's not a terrible play to commit to something. They're both possible. Res is hinting at worse news, which I don't like. But long on hedge pressure is not always a terrible idea.
Nate, what's going on, my friend?
Yeah, just to add to that.
I do think we close strong and bullish. If I were to take a guess.
All my data points over the weekend, and I continue to update through the week. But I feel what Leo's saying. I feel like as the week goes on, if I don't, re-up and like on Wednesday, Thursday with a ton of additional research and just kind of reviewing all of my trading plans, then by Friday I'm kind of exhausted, and so yeah, definitely trade a little bit lighter towards the end of the week because of that.
KC.
Hey, sorry, quick update. I just gave out half of my position here.
Good for you, man. Decent trade. Looking pretty solid.
Yeah, he levels are 368.50. Previous band and previous price action on the limit if that breaks, I would be very careful. I think we could definitely see some more downside if 368.50 breaks.
Thank you for that.
All right, what do we think is gonna happen? Got your first fund account, Rowan. Thanks to me, Matt. Well, thanks to you. You made all those trades. I didn't touch one of those trades, but appreciate you learning risk management, patience, taking it easy. Get your first funded account. Now take it easy, right? Your first funded account. I'm very proud of you, man. Go Rocket Scooter. Let's go. We hear that a lot around here. A lot of people finally start getting their shit together and taking it easy and being patient and waiting and striking, getting their good trades and actually passing these funded accounts. I love it, man. So my question is, your first trade on a funded account is the most important trade. So make sure everything lines up. Yeah.
I don't know if we'll hold this, but definitely watching at 434 like a hawk.
Blah, boring. Question is here. Res greater than 0, pretty easy. Res greater than 0. Res less than 0. This is pretty much it, right? You guys love res. Y'all are so smart. Congrats, Rowan, dude. So awesome.
We do some Tuesday ones too, if that's a better time for trading too. And then just all the rest of the regulars on this panel kind of coming back in. But I will say, to be honest, it sounds like everybody's a little Debbie Downer, but I see like some trend happening. We talked about going short on the Qs earlier, going short on Tesla earlier. Those things are working out. So to be honest, some of the moves have felt like they're working better.
Looking lame.
So I'm liking the price action here.
All right, friends, what do you guys think? Should we call it?
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Should we wait on it? It's over trading if I time. I mean, I already made 10% on the account almost in one trade. Well, I seem close to like, not 10%. 500 on 6. That'd be 8, 3, 3, 3, 3 repeating. 83.3%. Damn, I still can do mental math. I forgot. You know, when I was a kid, oh God, I'm gonna. All the ladies who had a crush on me are now gonna think I'm so nerdy and not like me anymore. I was a competing mathlete when I was a kid. I was a mental math champion in my state back in my day. I used to practice and study mental math tricks all growing up. I was UIL mathlete. Ladies, line the fuck up. Let's go. Who wants my number? Holla at your boy. But I was also the kid of the math club that also had a skateboard and long hair and Nirvana t-shirts. So I thought I looked cool, but you can't hide the nerd. It's always gonna be there. used to study all kind of mental math tricks. It makes you quick on your toes. There's a trick to almost any kind of math thing you can do, like to make things quicker. I know, I'm a rebel, see. That's back in the day when being different wasn't cool. Right now, you're not cool if you're not different. Everyone's different now. It's cool to be different. Back then, if you looked a little different, people would steal your tater tots from your tray. Thanks everybody for coming. Love y'all. See y'all. But nobody, I think I got a pass because I also played sports and my brother was the sports star at my school. So all the kids that would normally pick on the freaky skater kids liked me because my brother was cool. I lucked out. I could have been shoved in a lot of lockers though with my math and computer science skills. Oh my god. Plus I dated a chick on the drill team. That also helped people think I was cool when I wasn't. See, I got lucky. That's right. How'd the long-haired skater kid nab the lieutenant on of the drill team in high school? I'm charming, okay? I got skills. I'm a charming nerdy kid. No, I was kidding. But no, seriously though, I did. Date a drill team girl. She was also super nerdy like me though. So I made 83% or 8.3% on the account in one trade. Hard to say what we do. Res greater than 0. That's it. I don't like it. Res less than 0 can be bad. Right? So, Didn't like it. Hopefully it fights to win. But all honesty, like from here, what could we have? We could get that run to there. That does look kind of nice. Don't want to take that bet though. Nasdaq is just pulling back really heavily. right, guys, I'm just chilling on this one. Muted must have been a speed typing champion too. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. There's a typing championship. I would come in the top 10 for sure. I don't know why I type so fast. Probably because I used to play a lot of video games and play a lot of MMOs as a kid. I used to talk a lot of shit. So the faster you talk shit, the more effect you have on that. So I learned how to type fast. I don't know. Also, it's weird because I only type with 9 fingers. I don't know how this ever happened, but I don't type with my right pinky. For some reason, I've never learned how to do that. So my right ring finger does all the heavy lifting on the right side of the keyboard. Andrew can confirm. That's right. I mean, listen, I was one of the best Dark Elf wizards on my server in EverQuest, okay? I would have owned your face in PvP. You would also, Louis would fucking destroy me in a typing contest if he's a piano player. Oh, hold on, I think somebody's in my house. Hold on. False alarm. All right, I don't know if I want to do anything, you guys. I don't like it. I'm gonna sit out on this. All right, guys. Hold on. All right, everybody. I'm not gonna do anything for trading day. We're done. I already made 500 something bucks. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. We'll see y'all later. Come to Discord. We're gonna call it. Nicole says hi from across the world. All right, we will see you guys later. Hop in the Discord. We're doing the spectacular $19.99 for 1 month. Check it out. And we will see you guys later. We'll have a Zoom call in about 2 hours. I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Best day ever. Have a good one.